North Summit, the designated home team, APA rather, is the visiting team. Starting for the Eagles, Bailey Bluth, the junior, gets the start. They go with number 5, Vanessa Moctezuma. Gets the start. Got to make sure I'm saying that one right. 14 is Candace Archuleta, a senior, who will get the start for Draper APA. They go with number 10, Lala Baldwin, the senior, and number 3, Samantha Karchner, also a senior. So a veteran group here for these Lady Eagles.
Played a lot of ball. Archuleta's hands, she can time a dribble extremely well. She'll watch her. She'll time it. She'll pick your pocket and go if you're not going to ball body man. She is very good with her hands. Moctezuma hits some nice shots. She works really hard for them. And then Ajok comes off the bench, brings a lot of size and length. They used her a lot yesterday. She hit a big 8-foot short corner type shot to be able to keep that lead going there for Draper APA yesterday. Starting lineups for the designated home team, the North Summit Braves. They are going to go with the lineup they went with yesterday. Haslyn Murdoch, the senior, wears number 10. Phenomenal player at that power forward spot. Lydia West, the junior, terrific perimeter defender, along with number 12, Jaden Sargent. They are the utility girls that make those small little plays that get you going. They also go with their point guard, senior Heartland Richens, and the sophomore center, Ellie Stevens. Also in the starting lineup as we'll get a jump between Karchner and Stevens and be underway here at the SVC. Semifinal action right here on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com. Appreciate you tuning in wherever you may be. West with it, goes down low. The double team comes. Fighting for it on the baseline is Murdoch, and ultimately comes into the hands of Baldwin. APA dug really well on that.
Moctezuma the drive, that's no good. Richens again off a miss in transition, regains the handle, bounce pass, pump, bank, and score off a miss.
And that's Richens where you got to know she's just going to penetrate until you look at her, and she'll dump it to her teammate. Got to get back in transition.
Skip pass up top to Karchner, right hand dribble. Gives it over right side to Bluth. Fires a right wing 3. That's in and out. Not a horrible look. And the rebound to Murdoch.
Man, they're face guarding Baldwin right there. She didn't even look for a rebound. Just stayed watching her.
Sargent with it right side. Goes middle. Murdoch sends it left side. The pump fake from West. Now back to Sargent. We'll get a bump in our first foul of the game. Moctezuma picks up the personal. As
you get to watch that skip coming, watch how Sargent goes to the ball. If she doesn't go to the ball right there, Moctezuma's running for a layup. Nice job by Sargent to go get that pass.
Back into the hands of Sargent. Right side West, corner Richens. Ball deflected out of bounds by Baldwin. Stays with the Braves.
Trapped that corner, got her down in there as they're trying to dump it in the post. They're trying to pound it inside.
Pass inside Stevens. Bank shot is a little hard. Rebound comes down to Karchner inside.
Richens coming out of that baseline out of bounds. She is a facilitator. Does a really nice job.
Skip pass by Baldwin. Karchner, right wing 3. Looks good. Bucket. Samantha Karchner.
And yesterday, she's the best shooter I saw. That shot is just so smooth, and it drops, and she doesn't worry about the line. She knows how to get up past that college line.
She's got Klay Thompson for him. That's impressive.
It is pretty.
Richens to trigger. Baseline. Gives to Stevens. Fumbles for a moment. Not a great spot there in the corner.
No, and they've taken advantage of it. APA has, and I like how they're doubling down heavily. You can see tonight that is a focus for them. They are going to double down and not let the post take it easy.
Ball goes left side. Sargent 3 straight on. That's off the back rim. Stevens offensive rebound. Blocked. Karchner made up for not boxing out by getting the block shot.
And just stayed patient. She didn't try to whack at it.
Stevens just loses the basketball. Coming away with its West.
I like Sargent. She came down, and that's what it does. A little frustration right there. Sargent came in, caused enough contact to cause Baldwin to have a mistake, and then Baldwin comes up with a frustration foul there. You got to be, 70 feet from the hoop, 75?
Not one you're going to like. Left side with it is Sargent. Going to send corner, baseline, the pump, the dribble. Send back out. Now Richens, corner 3 on the way from Heartland. It's short. Rebound comes down.
That 2-3 zone of APA's working strong. Archuleta realizes that she needed to catch the ball. It took too long.
They're going to say last touch by Stevens. North Summit fans that have made the trip down say it. They thought it went off the leg there, but
a lot of purple in the building.
There is.
A lot of purple.
Well, when you got both programs, you're going to see a lot of red for the other two programs that have both teams here.
Yes, you will.
A little bit later.
This is the sub they made a lot yesterday. They bring Ajoc in for Archuleta. That brings some extra length in on the floor, but it changes the way they can play defense.
Stevens gives Karchner 15-foot jumper. It's short. Fight for the rebound. Karchner coming away with it. Skip pass high. It's a loose ball. It goes into backcourt, and that's going to be over and back. Heartland wishes she had a fast break point on that, but it will go back to the Braves sideline out of bounds.
Well, and that's where if you're Montezuma, you don't even act like you're worried if it's backcourt or not. Just go get a hold of that ball and come back, because at least you're not giving Richards layup.
It'll be side out of bounds here for Lydia West.
So you see the increase by bringing in Ajoc. That lifts Baldwin up on the zone, so she's not playing down on the forward position.
Ball goes back to Sargent, right side Richards, touch pass. Murdoch, 18-foot baseline, Jay's no good. Sargent had it for a moment. Ajoc deflects it, stays with the Braves. Richards will reset with a fresh shot clock.
They're going to go man now.
Stevens catches right corner, gives back up top, West. Sargent, left side Richards. She'll pump, get in the lane, sends back Sargent, open triple, straight away, it's strong. Rebound to Ajoc.
And if you're APA, you've done a good job. You forced them to shoot a lot of deep threes and not be able to get it inside. They've guarded that post so well.
That was the one thing they didn't do yesterday. They didn't take a lot of threes because they didn't need to.
No, they just ran layups.
Ajoc with it over on the right side. It's going to give to Karchner, right wing. Now top to Bluth. Bluth with the right-hand dribble. Bounce, the spin move from Baldwin, loses it. Richards running the fast break, just outruns the defender. Teardrops it in for two, lead back to the Braves.
Stayed stable, stayed ball body man all the way up through. Defense didn't come around, so she was just able to get that good, clean finish.
Jaden Sargent does not like the call.
No, she doesn't. She does not at all. But I like what Baldwin did there. She put her on her back. That is the defense's job. They cannot come through their back. It doesn't matter. That is straight up. You cannot come through the back. So good job to get her body in front of her, make her come through her.
Baldwin will sit. I'd imagine this will be a brief sitting.
And I like that. Give her a second to catch her breath. She's been just a little bit frustrated. Just get her rebalanced.
Bluth's got it.
Yeah.
Walked with it. Dragged that foot.
Got busy with the feet. And that's the tough part about bringing Baldwin out of the game, why she can't stay out very long, is she's such a key to their ball handling. She runs everything with the ball. They're going to go back zone.
Sargent with the basketball, goes left side with it. West, down low. Murdoch spins, shoots short. Offensive rebound, Stevens, stick back for two. That is Ellie Stevens in a nutshell right there.
That little double stack makes a 2-3 zone. It puts it in a tough spot because you've got to pick which part of the stack you're going to guard. Otherwise, you've got to make a big adjustment.
Karchner three, it's long. Stevens has got it. 4-0 run for North Summit, looking to add to it. Richards, coast to coast, deflected out of bounds. They're going to say off of Richards.
Montezuma doing a nice job in transition on Richards there, as we've seen what she can do. She just got side, and she just stayed and under control, and got that turnover.
Baldwin going to check back in here.
And Sargent picks her right back up like she has. She's not leaving her side. She'll face guard her. She'll make her work. Now, yesterday they ran some nice ball screen action. They also had some driving with Baldwin and Karchner coming in from behind. See if they can get to a couple of those things.
Ajoc catches right side. They go down to Baldwin. She'll look to spin off of it. Sargent hounding her. Baldwin getting in the lane. Sends right corner. Skip it back up top. Archuleta launches for three. That's wide. Rebound batted out. In control now in transition. Murdoch decides to pull back out.
She did a good job of taking care of that ball.
Richards, no look. West, 15-foot baseline jumper. It's high. Stevens, just a knack for the ball. Puts it back. No good, but is fouled. And Ellie will find herself at the free throw line.
Well, you like Ellie there. She got herself into position to where she's able to use her length. Baldwin had gotten the box out, but there's not a lot she could do with how hard the rebound was, as it came right down into Stevens' hands. Able to get that offensive rebound, put it back up and in, and get to the and one and draw another foul on APA.
Shot is no good. Bailey Bluth returns, as Ajoc will take a seat now, getting some instruction.
Discussing about how she ended up with that foul.
Stevens splits the pair, 7-3. That's 5 unanswered now for North Summit. Archuleta with the basketball and the right-hand dribble. Again, give Sargent all the world credit in the world for the face guarding. It forces another turnover.
This defense is just causing them fits, and a lot of it has to do with the way they're guarding Baldwin and taking her out of the ball handler role.
It's a timeout called by APA. Just for you, my friend, we're going to keep it here. This is a Team Hive game, so we're going to keep it here. Let's talk strategy. APA, why is the timeout called?
Because they've got to figure out how they're going to get Baldwin some touches. Yesterday, they were able to get her going off the drive to where she could pop to Karchner, catch and shoot. They were able to get some other things. You can see how uncomfortable Bluth and Archuleta are when they have to bring the ball down the floor. So how do you get her touches? Sargent is on her. She's face guarding her. She's not giving any space. So what do you get some touches? And if you're North Summit, just stay with what you're doing because it's working well.
Oh, and the two things that they did really well yesterday, transition, offensive rebounds, that's also working for them here early.
It is, and their transition's fun because you like to talk about in the pregame is they've got lane integrity. They move through their lanes, they stay wide, and they know where to run and how to stay out of the way. And a lot of times in transition, that's about as important as it gets.
Ball goes back, reverse left side now to Sargent. They go baseline to Stevens. The power dribble for Murdoch. She spins, beautifully done.
They identified the man defense really well and went right to a strength.
Moctezuma with it, going to give it over left side. Bluth with the right-hand dribble. Hands to Stevens. Sargent with the deflection. It is going to stay with Draper APA.
So if you're watching, watch how Sargent blew up that dribble handoff. She saw it coming, and that's Coach Baldwin wanted that dribble handoff. But she got in there and got tight enough to where she had as much right to that position as the other teammate. And they're going to switch out, so Sargent's going to come off, and we're going to get Vernon that's going to now have the job. So see how she guards it.
Wide open three, Archuleta. That's wide. It comes off the knee, unfortunately, of Murdoch. Just couldn't quite secure that. Very uncharacteristic for Haslin, It'll stay baseline. Stevens might have rolled an ankle up a little, Baldwin might have rolled an ankle up a little bit on that last play. She was a little ginger.
Yeah.
Coming up.
I'll tell you what, Karchner's no joke about toughness. She yesterday rolled her ankle, and you could tell it hurt, and she got right back and went right to work.
Richens the steal, Coast with the left hand, does not finish. Fight for the rebound, Kate Smith's got it. Give back up top, Stevens the deflection.
Nice job, get back down in and get the ball reversal taken away by APA.
Bluth for three. Off the mark, rebound to Kate Smith.
You've got two really good scorers, and they haven't shot the ball here in the last 4 minutes or longer.
Uncharacteristic pass there from Richens over the head inside, and it will go back.
Yeah, you don't see that very often as you get to watch it on that replay. She saw her teammate, but it just lifted on her.
Lala Baldwin will bring it across the timeline, handed by the lengthy Quincy Vernon. Vernon did a nice job in yesterday's game. Archuleta off the screen, pick and roll with Karchner, deflected. It is going to stay with APA.
Watch how they gathered up that roll. The help was in place, and so as she rolled down in, just right in position, Stevens able to just blow it up.
Baseline out of bounds here for Baldwin. The minute 51 to go. Ball gets reversed up top. Moctezuma gets in the lane, splits it, puts it up for two, banks and scores. A nice take from Vanessa. Big basket for APA.
Yeah, they needed to score. It had been a while.
Richens with the right-hand dribble on the right side. Back in a 2-3 zone are the Eagles. Ball goes right side to Smith. Kate ball fakes, back up top Richens, swings it left side, Vernon. The dump, the inside out Stevens, baseline jumper. She loves that 15-foot baseline shot. Ellie Stevens for two.
Well, it's set so well from the 1-3-1 where she drives off the nail, she gets the catch, that collapses the defense to kick out that corner shot. Good action off of that 1-3-1 set.
Shot is long, rebound Karchner inside. We'll get a tie-up, and it stays with APA.
Richens doing a great job going in with two hands. As she knew that Karchner had to come back to her, she just waited. As soon as she brought the ball around, sucked in and tied her up.
Baldwin to take out baseline, pumps with it. Looking to send it in, far side Moctezuma. Gets in the lane, puts up the shot. They'll call the foul late, but there was a bump, and so it'll be two free throws here for Vanessa. Moctezuma was giving them a little bit of life on offense with penetration, Dustin.
Well, and she did that for him yesterday, and they got careless shooting some, just chucking some threes. So nice adjustment to get back to the rim, and now to get to the free throw line, see if you can generate something there.
First one is off for the lefty. She'll get one more. The 1:05 remaining here in the opening quarter. Second shot is good. 11-6 our score, 1:05 to go, opening period. New play call comes in from Coach Holmes. Behind the back dribble for Richens. Picks it up, gives right side to Smith. Smith picks up her dribble straight away, needing some help. Gets it back over to Vernon. Vernon, right wing now, Richens. Richens looks to take it baseline. Montezuma on her hip, bumping a foul.
They increased the ball pressure that time. They rode up and just went to work. It was causing North St. Pete to be off balance, but just dug in too far, as you can see, and sent Richens to the floor.
Sends it right side, Murdoch, the power dribble. Picks it up, gives to Smith. Smith hounded out front, a bump and a foul on Bluth.
A couple quick ones right there.
Yeah. And that is team foul number 4. So now, oh no, that's number 5. So this is free throws.
That was interesting, because all of a sudden that just went fast.
Free throw up from Smith, and it is no good. So get one more. Tell you what, that boys Enterprise North Summit game I did yesterday, a combined 30 free throws from the two teams, a combined 3 misses.
Wow.
From both
That's
teams.
Awesome.
You know, Enterprise 60% on the year. North Summit was at 70, which is pretty darn good, but they have both teams in the high 90s.
That is awesome. That's a lot of fun.
Pretty darn cool. Baldwin's got it now, down 6, sends corner. Bluth, the jumper, short. Rebound, Ajok had it for a moment. Richens picks the pocket, heads the length of the court, coast to coast. Cannot finish it. Rebound inside.
Just got her enough off balance as they got the double team there. Man, she is so fast and her ball handling so good. Looked like another easy one.
Baldwin comes off the screen, the little push shot for 2. Does not go. Richens has got it.
Yesterday they went to this ball screen action with Karchner setting the screen, and it isn't nearly as effective because all the help can sit down underneath. But when they brought Ajok to it, it was a lot more effective because Karchner can take the help away on the offside because you have to stay guarding her. You don't have to stay guarding those other girls, so they can plug that paint so well. See if they make that adjustment, because that is adjustment that they did end up making yesterday.
And that ends quarter number 1. So it will be North Summit 12, Draper APA 6 right here on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, San Pete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Second quarter about to get underway here. 12-6 our score in favor of North Summit, and Jaden Sargent back in the game to the dismay of Lala Baldwin. That was some phenomenal first quarter defense.
She guarded her very well. APA is going to go man this possession.
West has got it, gives Stevens. Ellie High gives Richens left side. She'll attack off the dribble. Step back jumper for 2, and it goes in. How about that? Kind of an uncharacteristic shot for Heartland, but she knocks it down.
Just took it, made it easy.
Baldwin left side with it. Guarded again out front by Sargent.
A little miscommunication there they got there.
Bluth now on the left side with it. Picks up the dribble, gives to Moctezuma now. Karchner catching, goes backdoor. Baldwin, the shot, and the bucket, and the harm. That is Lala Baldwin, and what a pass from Karchner.
They ran that set yesterday. It took them a long time to get into it. It's supposed to be out of a clean 1-4 high, but then they send Baldwin over to that right side, lift Karchner to where she gets that catch. And that takes everybody away from setting up that nice back cut. That's a really nice back cut for Baldwin, and you have to face guard her, so if she sets you up right, it's hard. And then yesterday, Baldwin ended up with a huge charge. She ran her over. Well, this time the defense came up trying to block her shot instead. Got to the free throw line.
2 on Stevens. She heads to the bench.
Yep.
Sargent left side with it. Will dribble drive. Ball fake. Gives to Blomqvist. Tries to go no look inside. They call travel. So it's going to go back the other way.
A little pass fake there. And as she goes, she got her feet just excited. Both of them bouncing. Good eyes by the official there to see those feet going.
Karchner with it. Going to send it in right side to
And that's some of that adjustment we talked about earlier in the game. They were just giving it to somebody else to have them bring it down, but it just throws APA off too much as they don't move well that way.
Bluth goes right side with it. Step back. 3 off the rim, no good from Baldwin. Richens off to the races. Behind the back dribble in transition. Hartland spins for the second time. Throws it out top. Reset for Murdoch. Richens will reset. Much better transition defense from APA on that possession.
Yeah, getting back, getting in coverage.
Sargent ball fakes once. Now we'll drive it in the lane. Bounce pass baseline. Murdoch likes that shot. Knocks it down for 2. 15-foot baseline.
It's interesting against this man how much they're using that short corner. A lot of times that comes out of your zone action, but their man action is really opening it up, and they're knocking them down there from the short corner.
Moctezuma with it. Gives back up top to Bluth. Skip left side. Baldwin. They go Karchner. Touch, turn, shoot. No good. A decent look, but the rebound comes down inside to Murdoch.
Well, Murdoch did a great job of putting Karchner into a tough spot as she's turning to her left on that 14-footer. That shot hasn't been as good for her.
3 straight away, in and out on the look from Murdoch. Rebound Karchner. Pounce pass out to Baldwin. In transition, Baldwin sees an opening, takes the floater, front rim, back rim, in.
She's worked on that floater a lot. I was wondering what she was going to do. She drove in against 3 white jerseys, but they stayed back protecting the hoop. And that's when, if you put the time into that floater, it is tough.
It's my favorite 2-point shot as a fan of the game. Love it. West picks up her dribble. That's a double dribble. Yeah, just lost track for a moment. A little mental error. Back to APA.
Right now, momentum going APA. See if they can execute something right here and get a good look. Looks like they're going to hand it off to Moctezuma. Coach Baldwin's got a set he's calling, but look, watch how Richens came up and put that pressure on as soon as she saw what was going on.
Right.
Taking him out of that rhythm.
Right side with it now is Bluth. Bounces low, Karchner turns, sends back Moctezuma. Trying to find Baldwin. Baldwin gets it, bumped and fouled by Sargent. So that's at least, I believe, the second on Sargent.
And that was that dribble handoff, and it wasn't as intentional this time. And Sargent, I think, almost because she wasn't having to compete through it, got her hands involved, and that got her in trouble there. And it does change. The way that Vernon guards versus Sargent is different.
Deep 3, Karchner. My goodness, hits the front of the rim. That is...
NBA. She could have gone in one step and I think made it.
Somehow Smith saves the basketball, goes back up top, Richens. Hartland drives it, gets in the paint, right side Vernon. Can shoot the 3, it's long. Rebound Karchner. Into the hands of Baldwin.
And that's the difference right there is Baldwin's able to get the catch and come up the floor more when Vernon's guarding her.
Right side with it, Baldwin will drive. Step into a right wing 3, it's strong. Rebound excellently done by Murdoch.
If you're North Summit, you're excited about what your defense has done.
Richens, I think they're going to get a travel before the charge, and you'll gladly take that if you're North Summit.
Right, and Baldwin doing a good job. She got in legal guarding position, got in the way there, and that's where Richens got hung up. So good job to get in, get ready to take that charge. But North Summit's defense, I said last possession, they've got to be happy. The last couple possessions, they have forced some tough shots for APA.
Ajok handoff, Karchner goes backdoor, Bluth, the drive, the block out of bounds, a well-run set, well defended by North Summit.
Yeah, they got that basket cut, but off that catch, just not able to go get that finish.
The baseline out of bounds here for Baldwin, with 4:22 to go. Trying to find Karchner. Pumps once, twice, sends to Karchner in the corner. She'll put it on the floor. Dribble drive, turnaround jumper. It's no good. Richens the rebound. Looks to push in transition. 16-11 our score, nearly midway through this second period. Vernon gets it back up top. Richens, she'll get a new play call in. Love that relationship between point guard and head coach right there.
Absolutely.
Smith picks up her dribble, free throw line, gives to Blomqvist. She'll go back door. Little miscommunication. Was it tipped? It was. They say it's North Summit ball, and coach is saying we're keeping it down here.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that North Summit thought that it was.
No, they were all heading back.
Yeah.
Coach is paying attention to where the official pointed.
He said, "Get back there." They said it's ours. All right, baseline out of bounds. Both teams running a lot of box set, baseline out of bounds. See if North Summit can get it inside.
Richens skips it to Smith. Now Blomqvist has got it. Ball fake, Richens, catch and shoot, open triple. Strong, rebound to Bluth, who then nearly dribbles it off her own foot. Richens read that, so well, nearly took that away from Baldwin.
Yeah, she's a fun defender.
Sends left side, Montezuma. Now the drive baseline. Beautifully done.
Lead her out,
the whistle,
spin.
The whistle didn't do that justice, Dust. That was just a phenomenal baller move.
Yeah, she says, you're going to guard me one-on-one, you're in trouble.
Richens.
That was pretty.
Murdoch right side with it. Vernon picks up the dribble, goes to Murdoch on the right block, looks to spin, pulls it back out. Vernon, three, right wing, in and out, rebound, Karchner.
APA's defense, they've stuck it inside, forcing deep shots, and they're holding them to one with those rebounds. Gives them a chance to tie or come within one, and look, Sargent's coming back in the game.
Montezuma just can't handle the pass.
And that's in a semifinal game. Those are the mistakes that you can't have. Just a slip of mentality at one possession game. Just, it's brutal.
As mentioned, Sargent back in along with Stevens, both playing with the 2 fouls. We'll see how long they remain on the floor to end the half. Right side with it. Murdoch, the give, Sargent, open for a moment. Thought about the three, goes left side. The pump fake from Richens. She'll look to attack off the dribble. Gives low, bumping a foul. Trying to get it to Murdoch. I'm going to guess that's on Karchner, and it sure enough is.
Murdoch understands how to post up really well. She uses all 5 eyes. She gets into you, and she doesn't let you get the ball. She's going to make you come through her.
Richens sends out. Sargent thought about the three, gets in the lane. Bounce low, Stevens. That is beautiful hoops. Sargent to Stevens.
That's where you see Coach brings them back in. It's one possession. I'm going to extend this back out and get my scorers back on the floor.
Ball goes left side to Montezuma. Now Karchner straight away with it. Right side, Bluth. Karchner trying to get something going here. Picks up the dribble, goes back door, and then perfectly defended. Murdoch touches it just enough so that it doesn't go sideways, but enough that it bothers the dribble of Baldwin. She dribbles it off her leg.
That was fun defense. They were so well guarded. I like the reverse on the handoff, but it's just better defended.
Free throw line jumper does not go. Stevens had a pinky on that and still was able to come in and force the jump ball. She just has such a knack.
And she just gets up to the ball. She attacks it. Ajok a little flat-footed. She beat her to the ball. That was really nice.
So it'll be baseline out of bounds for Baldwin, and sure enough, getting face guarded is.
This is the adjustment that I would like to see a little more of, is put Karchner, bring the ball down the floor a little bit. There, she's going to be able to handle it and go by somebody.
Takes it right there, baseline, sends it back out. Bluth's got to go back and retrieve it. Bluth will now reset, 1:44 to go. Three, Karchner, catch, shoot, in and out. A good look, despite how deep it was. Rebound, Murdoch.
That area she can shoot from.
Foul on Karchner, her second.
She's needed to leave her hands up, and then it's no big deal. But when she drops those hands, that gives away, gets the foul called on her, and that, like you said, brings her second. So we've got a few on the floor now, under 2 minutes with 2 fouls. See how they're able to play that out.
First shot from Murdoch is good, 19-13 for North Summit. She'll get one more.
And North Summit, so far, able to just use that substitution, stretching the lead back out. And then Coach, he might be making an adjustment now that he stretched it back out, might send those girls off the floor.
So let's talk why you do call a timeout here with 1:34 to go in the half. Is it a substitution type timeout?
And that's what I'm watching to see if Coach is going to make a substitution. For me, it's a substitution,
sure,
because I've got my 7-point lead. Even for me, I've got a 3-point lead. I probably don't bring those girls in, but you can see how fluid they are. It doesn't just change who can score. It changes everything about how they move, and that's where it went from a 3-point lead, almost a 1-point lead, back out to 7. So I do that, but we don't see a substitution because now there's 15 seconds left. You can't make a substitution. So he's not making substitution. He must be having another adjustment that he wants here to end this half. Try to stretch this out and make sure his girls play smart, under control, and make it hard.
He's not Bill Self. He's not burning 2 timeouts in the first 5 minutes of the game, right?
But he's got his girls back up on, and Sargent has just done such a good job on Baldwin.
Baldwin catches right side, and we'll bring it across the timeline. Minute 29 to go. Ball comes back up top to Karchner, right side with the Ajok. Moctezuma. Bluth, backdoor, Stevens, runner, good again.
Ran that 1-4 high for that back cut on the opposite side, like the adjustment, ran it on the right side, now we're on the left side, so it feels different, so that back cut comes free again. Good call by Coach, and APA gets a bucket.
Murdoch catches, puts it on the floor, drive, puts up the shot, staying vertical, both Ajok and Karchner. It's last touch by Murdoch.
Much better job defensively that time, and just with all that length, that makes that a lot harder when you can stay vertical like that. Now yesterday, APA went 2 for 1 in this situation.
A near steal from Richens.
Meaning shots and using the shot clock. See if Baldwin does it again. I don't think she's going to. She did yesterday. It was pretty fun to watch.
Screen high, Baldwin left side to Bluth. Karchner straight away with it, right side Ajok. Gonna give to Montezuma. Read like a book. Richens crosses over, gets in the lane. No shots, but a blocking foul.
And that's a tough call right there. Puts it on the official to have to make a decision as she's in legal guarding position. And she worked and worked. That's a bang-bang play, and you got to credit both. The offense did an excellent job defense, but it draws that third on Moctezuma. And that's tough because she does a lot there. And that's what I one for sure we're going to get 3 coming out with that, like you talked about, with that many on the floor. See if another one does too. We've got another possession coming.
Ball goes in the corner, deflected by Ajok. Gives it back to Baldwin. Shot clock is off. Can't hold for one shot here, as Baldwin will reset with 21 seconds. Deep, Jimmer Fredette 3, no good. Rebound comes down inside of Murdoch.
They went 2-1-2 and just went for the 3.
Long outlet. West saves at baseline. The give to Stevens. Perfectly done.
That's how you run transition. The trailer coming all the way down as the defense had to shift as it kicked over to the other side. Love that.
Karchner, NBA 3, no. So that will take us to halftime. A big answer from North Summit to end the half. They lead at 22-15. Halftime coming up next right here on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
State Bank of Southern Utah is not just another bank. We are your neighbors, your friends, and your local financial partners, interested in building long-term relationships.
When you choose State Bank, you invest in our community. Your money stays here and is reinvested in friends and family, building Southern Utah.
Each one of our 17 branches is staffed and ready to serve you.
Come and experience the difference of true community banking at State Bank of Southern Utah.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with that. We've been doing it better than anyone else since 1991, and we'll keep doing it to get you through all the important moments on life's roads. Because cars are more than how we get from here to there, they're how we get from there to here. Find your nearest store and discover special offers at burtbrothers.com.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
A new year and a new adventure with the perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. With pure power unleashed and future-forward technology. Because every mile matters. and every path leads to new possibilities. Current Chevy owners and lessees can get $6,350 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
As a urologist, my job includes treating kidney stones, diagnosing, treating prostate cancer, and other disorders of the urinary system. Here at CVMC, specialists and primary care physicians all work very closely together.
As a family physician, being able to have continuity of care and direct relationships with our specialists is something we're very fortunate to have here.
I'm Dr. David Sewell, board-certified urologist. I'm proud to provide state-of-the-art care here at Central Valley Medical Center.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back on in. Halftime. It's North Summit 22, Draper APA 15. Tanner Wilkinson and Dustin Shakespeare here with you. Happy to have the award-winning statistician Brad James with us, providing statistical analysis. Dustin, what do the numbers from the Bradfather say?
North Summit, just possession by possession, doing great work. Out-rebounding Draper APA 11-19, just putting the hurt to them there. Some of that offset comes from 4 more rebounds, but also 4 more offensive rebounds. So they just, on both sides of the floor, out-rebounding APA and giving themselves a lot more opportunities. Really nice job. Got to the line 6 times compared to the 3 times, and that's, in that situation, you want to lead out in that free throws. You want to be putting the pressure on the hoop to be able to do that. Going to the 3-point line, neither team having any fun from there, as Draper APA is 1 for 12. They have just struggled at .8, but North Summit 0 for 7. Not any better right there, and I liked APA. I thought that they really did a nice job early on taking away the post play. Some of those threes got shot, and then when the subs came in, then they really were struggling to get to the rim. But then Coach puts back in his starting 5, and all of a sudden the movement started going, and they found some holes in that defense and got inside and went away from that 3-point line, got them going. 2-point field goal percentage for Draper APA just at .24, so the Summit defense just tougher than nails, making it tough on him, anything there, and shot selections just got to clean up. On the other side, North Summit's at .36, so at 36%, just not quite clicking, but it's good enough.
Sure.
And their transitions really helped them out.
22-15 our score, 4:44 to go here in the third quarter. You talk about the transition for North. We talked about it in the pregame for a reason. When they're clicking, it's as good and fun of basketball as there is out there on the floor.
It really is fun, and they move so well, and they run all the positions to it. A lot of times a team will run the first primary piece easily enough. They drill that and they get that. But we talked about that trailer on the last one that I remember them scoring on. Got the ball over to the right side and then kicked it over to the left, and then the trailer came down through. And when the ball touches 4 people's hands in transition, that's fun to watch.
Absolutely. We'll take another break when we come back. Keys to the second half next. North Summit and Draper APA in the state semifinal on the Mid-Utah or on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
This is Nate Christensen at Zions Bank.
Let's
We're
do
not
3.
just your bank, we're your neighbors. And with a branch right around the corner, we're here for you wherever you are. For all your personal and business banking needs, come visit us and let us show you how Zions Bank is for you.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centracom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
Are you a new CDL license holder? If so, Barney Trucking would like to train and pay you to become a world-class truck driver on state-of-the-art equipment. They also provide you with reliable, courteous support, a fantastic wage, paid holidays, solid benefits, home daily schedules, paid time off, an excellent safety record, and respect. Dependable truck drivers have been Barney Trucking's #1 investment since 1947. Start your outstanding career by applying today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centracom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
Alright, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
State Bank of Southern Utah is not just another bank. We are your neighbors, your friends, and your local financial partners, interested in building long-term relationships.
When you choose State Bank, you invest in our community. Your money stays here and is reinvested in friends and family, building Southern Utah.
Each one of our 17 branches is staffed and ready to serve you.
Come and experience the difference of true community banking at State Bank of Southern Utah.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with that. We've been doing it better than anyone else since 1991, and we'll keep doing it to get you through all the important moments on life's roads. Because cars are more than how we get from here to there, they're how we get from there to here. Find your nearest store and discover special offers at burtbrothers.com.
From Commercial to Recreational Truck Accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back on in. Second half just about to get underway. Let's get you some keys to the second half, Dustin. Start with Draper APA. What needs to happen for them to get back in this ball game? And really, I shouldn't say they're out of the ball game. It's a couple possessions, right? But still, what needs to change?
Yeah, just a 3-possession game, so you're not really in a comeback mode yet. You can still just play possession, but APA's got to get their scores good touches. They've got them some touches, but they're not always that great. I like the manufactured back screen or back cut. That's gotten Lala some nice looks, but they've got to get their scores. Karchner needs touches. She's got 3 points. She has got to get good touches, and how do you manufacture that? What kind of action do you get her going there? If you're North Summit on the other side, I like what they got out of that short corner against the man, but their execution just really clean. Coach Peterson always would talk about with all the coaches, when it comes into these games, you have to execute cleanly. You can't make a mistake like just carelessly tossing the ball to the other team or out of bounds.
Skip pass left side,
Dwayne
West.
Peterson.
Right side, touch low, Murdoch the spin. Great block from Karchner. Ends up back in Murdoch's hands.
Done a better job being vertical after that foul.
Long three is no good from West. It heads out of bounds and will be APA basketball.
And APA's got to get them to shoot threes. They've got to be guarded threes. They can't let them get those easy baskets, but then they've got to come down on the other end and find a way to get Karchner some touches.
Well, that was working great for them in the opening quarter. They forced a lot of long jump shots by North Summit.
See if they can get back to that.
Bluth gives top to Archuleta. She'll pump with it, go left side to Baldwin. Lala will pump with it, puts the ball on the floor, just rises for three, off the back rim, rebound Stevens.
And North Summit just doing a good job, and she just settled for that shot defensively right up in her.
Sargent right side will take it baseline, has it deflected, regains for a moment. It's off the shoe of West, picked up and saved. Touch pass Stevens baseline, power dribble, last touched by Karchner.
And you see Richens, she already knew where her teammate was. She looks for Stevens, she knows what she can catch. Just a good quick pass. Yeah.
Stevens bounce, Karchner left hand, no. Fight for the rebound, and it comes down inside to Murdoch.
I don't think Stevens knew how open she was on that baseline out of bounds.
Ball deflected off another miss. Richens has got it. That's going to be three on Karchner now.
And that's tough. North Summit executes a nice baseline out of bounds. They'd caused that zone some issues, and they'd slip Stevens in to get a steal, but kind of in the gutter area. But then they bring her teammate right back off of her, and as they bring Murdoch off of her, she was open. But Stevens just didn't take the easy one. But, man, they just outworked APA every part of that possession, gave themselves so many extra times.
First 3 free throw missed by Richens. She'll get one more here. Minute 17 into the quarter. There's our first point. So 23-15 lead up to 8 now. Baldwin brings it across the timeline, right side. Once again hounded by Shaden Sargent.
She has done such a great job on her.
Crossover. Hezzy dribble. Goes back to Bluth. Sets her feet for 3. Right wing. It's short and out of bounds.
And that's the pop action that they got with Karchner yesterday that we have not seen. And I haven't seen her even coming behind her, so I'm not going to say necessarily it's the defense that's doing it. I don't see Karchner getting in position to come in into that hole even as much, and I think that has to do with their continuity, the way they're trying to run it.
Richens crosses, gets middle, picks up the dribble, step back, little push shot, soft touch around the rim.
You love a player that's patient enough for the defense to go away.
And the savvy there of Baldwin completely baited her into that.
If you're a ball handler, watch her, because she knows how to do that. She'll set you up, she'll put you on her back, she'll make you come through, and she will draw fouls. And that's great ball handlers will get that, and that's what you're saying right there. That third on Sargent, and she's earned them. I mean, but Baldwin's put her into 2 of them.
Left side, Ajok on the wing, gives middle, Bluth. Sends right side, Karchner rises for 3. That's off. Just rushing some of these shots, Dustin.
And that's they're talking about, hey, you've got to get to the rim right there. The whole right side was wide open for you, and you're just settling for a non-rhythm 3. You haven't got many touches. You're a scorer. Sure, you can shoot that, but it's a whole lot better if that's off of rhythm.
Richens with the basketball, left side, Murdoch. Jabs, comes off the Stevens screen into a 2. That's good. Hazelyn Murdoch. Lead up to 12 now.
And I go right back to that pick and roll action out of that 1-4 high, because next time Stevens is going to be wide open to dump to her. That was a fun pick and roll, and what a great hit off that jumper.
Ajok catches at the free throw line. Bluth right wing with it. Bounces Karchner. In the right corner, the give to Ajok. He's going to send left side to Moctezuma. Hand off Baldwin. Baldwin with the right hand. Beautiful pass. Moctezuma, the high arcing shot. It somehow goes in, but it did touch the top of the backboard by the shot, or the shot. Yeah, it's the over part with the shot clock. Yes.
Yeah.
Glad I said that and realized no, that is not correct. It's the top of it's fine, but if you interfere with the shot clock, that's when things become out of bounds.
Yep.
Tell you what, that wins a game of horse. It's not going to win you a game here. Tie up, possession back to APA.
Good hands by Karchner as that ball just came sitting down into her lap. Just tied it up with 2 hands. Coming from the help side as Moctezuma did a good job sending her right to her.
Baldwin hounded again. Goes behind the back with the dribble. Picks up the dribble, gives to a cutting Karchner. Beautiful pass. Karchner rushed the shot though. Stevens has got it. And then a bump and foul. That's 4 on Moctezuma.
And I like the action there for Draper APA, but just not able to get a good finish. And the tough thing is when you're jamming up there like Moctezuma was with 3 fouls, that's a gamble, because if you've got a good ball handler like Richens, you might get a foul because she's going to come right at you.
Ball goes right side. Stevens right to West. Straight away with it now Murdoch. Ball fake. Left side with it. Richens comes off the screen. Step back triple. No good. Stevens, monster rebound, even better stick back.
And she got herself into good position with that power dribble, knowing that when she caught that, she wasn't feeling comfortable. Good pound finish.
Baldwin with it, looks to attack, whips a pass, Karchner, catch and shoot 3. That's good.
And you see that difference right there, is it was in rhythm. She had to drop a little lower, the target was low, but much better shot.
And Richens sails over Murdoch. I think Murdoch got held up just a second late on that. Otherwise, that's the right play.
Right. Going back to that action, that's the pop action that Karchner got herself into with Baldwin yesterday that I've kept been asking for. Finally got there, because that is good action with those 2.
Yasmina Klebik has checked in for the first time this late afternoon. Baldwin from behind just dribbles it out of bounds.
Sargent's so good on the ball. And because Baldwin can handle it.
Sure.
There's no doubt about that. But when you got a defender causing Baldwin the problems that she's having, that is fun.
Richens crosses over. Pulls back out front, goes behind the back, bounce right side, Murdoch. Hazelyn picks the dribble up, bounce to Sargent. Good hands from Bluth.
Bluth anticipated that back cut really well. There was a heady back cut. That was a good offensive move, but just better defense.
Baldwin with the basketball, gives it over left side to Bluth. Bounces Karchner. Didn't gather it, out of bounds.
Had a little tangle right there between Baldwin and Sargent. Sargent arm kind of got pinned down. See what happens in the next possession. They'll be watching for it as there's a lot of movement over there.
Ball comes into Richens. Right side, down low Murdoch. Sends it back right side, Sargent. Right back into Murdoch. The spin, the shot, the foul.
She's been vertical so many possessions. At that time, she doesn't stay vertical and comes down on her.
Number 4.
Coming from that help side, that's good, and she's helped so much. But they got her just at 3.
Oh, that's right. She didn't pick up the third foul. My apologies.
Yep, we talked about those two.
That's right.
Got her there, but North Summit starting to stretch this one out, getting over that double digits and just executing so well.
Murdoch does miss the first of 2. She'll have one more. 3:10 to go here in the third. State semifinal matchup up next. South Sevier Kanab girls. It's the winner of this game as that one drops 30-18 now. Baldwin with the basketball. Sargent once again on her. Right side to Archuleta. Give back Karchner. Straight away with it. Goes between the legs. Now right side Baldwin. She'll jab with it. Look to attack. 3-point shot is on the way. That's strong. Ball deflected. Ends up in the hands of Kate Smith, who's come in. Richens bounces low. Stevens fumbles. Gets it back. Then Karchner with the steal.
Ball just got a little sloppy.
A lot of English on that one. Right. Archuleta's got it high. Richens looks to be aggressive defensively. Hand back to Bluth. Bluth comes top of the arc. Will reset right side into the hands of Klebik. Gets it down low. Karchner sends back out. Archuleta's 3 is on the way. That's good. A massive 3 from Candace Archuleta and a timeout to Draper APA. So let's talk. Why do coaches, Dustin, take a timeout on a make?
Well,
for folks that don't know.
Some call it so that they can set up some full court pressure and go there. Others talk about the fact that they like to give their girls a rest, or their players a little bit of a rest off of that make. And then others don't know why they call it, because the momentum's in your favor and it's time to go and get after it again.
You got about 2:23 to go here in the third, and this is a critical juncture, right, in the game. Right. North Summit's maybe had a couple opportunities to extend this and haven't quite capitalized on a few plays, and APA's just kind of, I don't want to say hanging around, but they're doing just enough to still keep within some striking distance.
Well, and that's the part you talk about the coaches calling that timeout. APA doesn't have much depth at all, and so their girls do get tired.
Sure.
And so you are making a spot to where you did get it back to 9 points, so it's a long 3 possession. Give them a rest, get recalibrated, because you don't want them to get out of balance, and get your scores more touches. But first you got to come down and reiterate how you get your stops. Force them to take a tough 3 and get that rebound. Don't foul.
Ball comes back into Richens. 2:20 to go here in the third. Still a 9-point lead for North Summit. Left-hand dribble from Richens. Gives it left side. Smith. Back top Richens. Gives it over right side now to Sargent. Fakes the bounce. Will now put it on the floor. Corner. Murdoch. Triple. Buckets.
Ooh, they got the shot they wanted. Bluth was up by her, but she topped her and knocked that thing down.
Top of the key, Baldwin. Right side to Bluth. Gives it over left side. Klebik gives it back to Archuleta. Right-hand dribble. Going to go backdoor Baldwin. Sends it. Deflected. Beautiful defense. Kate Smith.
Long hands coming in, all 3 players.
Baldwin pokes that right from behind. Savvy play to get it back.
Yeah, she sees the ball well. See what kind of action they can run. As that last time that back cut, the help side was just really well in place.
Bluth bounce pass right side, Karchner. Pump fakes, now gives full left side. 3 on the way. It's well long. Rebound comes down inside to Stevens.
They run a little middle back screen action right there, and it kind of can hang Draper APA up where they end up shooting a 3 like that.
Ball goes left side. Smith's going to launch a 3. That's in and out. Tipped back out. Archuleta recovers it. Going to get it up to Baldwin. Risky pass. Baldwin then bounces inside the basket for 2 from Klebik, and that cuts it back to 10.
Good job by Klebik to run the floor and get in position, as they're helping off of her so much. she got herself in a spot to where she could score.
Richens with a 13-second difference between shot and game clock. Sargent just throws a dart to no, well, I shouldn't say to no one. There was a player in the area. It just wasn't the most
tough to catch in the post because you're holding everybody off, and when it's coming that hard, it's brutal to catch. That's what you really want to bounce pass in those situations. Or if it's coming that hard, it's got to hit you in the stomach because most of the time your hands are busy holding somebody off of you. So, tough one there.
Ball comes back to Baldwin. Shot clock essentially off. There's about 0.8 of a
generally
second.
Doesn't use anything. They don't care. They just go and shoot the ball.
Drive. Turnover. Saved by Murdoch. Richens leads the break. Has a 4-on-2. Bounce pass low and a foul. Could have been worse there from Baldwin. She was charging in hot. Commits the foul. Just didn't want to give up the easy bucket. Two free
North
throws.
Summit transition, as you get to watch that replay from Adam Coombs. Both lanes completely filled out in front, so they've got a choice. The one defender's got to figure out they're going to pick up the ball or you're going to pick up the two that have ran their lanes. Just put you in such a tough spot, and that's where Baldwin, knowing she's trying to get back, so off the pass, she comes down and just hatchets her way through there.
Smith misses the first. That's one thing. North Summit, I feel like, has not shot free throws extremely well tonight.
No, I haven't gone in for him down here in the third quarter. Yep.
Knocks that one. 34-23, 15 seconds left. Baldwin, one-handed whip, deflected. Real fortunate, in my opinion, for APA that Richens got her hand on it.
Yeah, just ridiculously fortunate. There's just a little bit of carelessness that's happening here for APA that's costing them to be down in execution.
Ball comes back in to Moctezuma, gets to the 10, left-hand finish, no. Rebound Karchner, put back, no. Rebound to Smith. Opportunity for Richens with 2 and with 1. Lobs for Stevens, and I was wondering where she was going. That nearly became the play of the day. My goodness, the patience of Richens, and then Stevens nearly gets it to go. That ends quarter number 4. It's North Summit 34, Draper APA 23 on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
A new year and a new adventure with the perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. With pure power unleashed and future-forward technology. Because every mile matters. And every path leads to new possibilities.
Current Chevy owners and lessees can get $6,350 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
North Summit basketball, start of the fourth quarter, and a 13-point lead for the Braves.
They usually have a nice little entry coming out of quarter breaks and timeouts. See what they have right here.
Stevens catches high, pumps once, twice. Karchner's length got a piece of it for a moment. They go back inside out. Sargent in the corner.
Went for the high-low.
3 on the way short from Richens. Offensive rebound. Stevens banks and scores. That was West with the rebound and assist, and Ellie Stevens banks it in.
Like the action, but they're not used to having some length right there, and that's where they deflected that pass down into the post.
Bluth gives it back up top. Karchner swing left side to Archuleta. Goes middle Bluth. 15-foot jumper, a high arcer. The bank is not open, and it comes out to Richens.
Give Murdoch that assist on that rebound. She did a great job of tipping it over to her.
Karchner comes up with a steal.
Just good hands. She's a fun ball player.
Last, wanting this to go out on top for Karchner and Baldwin, two of the senior leaders. Right side, Bluth for 3. Good. There's always money in the banana stand as Bluth drills the triple, and that cuts it down to a 10-point game.
That was good to see her be able to come up and let another one fly.
Top of the key, Stevens, left side with it, into the hands of Sargent. Murdoch, wide open triple, short. Stevens, offensive board. Sargent, 10-foot jumper, in and out, rebound Karchner.
That time, much better in position was Draper APA on that one. But look at Sargent causing Baldwin so many problems.
A terror. Baldwin into a 3. Banks and scores.
I love how she put her on her back again, though, because that set her up, and she actually, I think, thought she might get her on her back for a 3 foul right there, but got the fortunate bank situation and cutting this back down to a 3-possession game.
It's after 5. Banks are still open. The drive, the dish, back inside out. Murdoch, 15-footer, in and out. Fight for the rebound. See what they say here. Stays with North Summit.
Man, that ball moves so well. Those girls understand that if we move the ball, any of us is going to get a really good shot on the North Summit team.
Baseline here for Richens. Murdoch, catch, shoot, no. Rebound West, bounce low. Richens goes reverse, got caught. The length of Karchner, but then the rebound to West again. Right side with it. Murdoch pumps, 15-foot J, short. Ball tipped out. It's going to end up back. Got to go with 2 hands, Dustin.
All boards are just being dominated. North Summit showing you how to do it.
Right side with it is Murdoch. Top of the Key West, left side Richens. She'll pump, she'll drive, she'll stop, push, no. Stevens gobbles up the rebound, sends right side Murdoch.
I'm starting to wonder if this is a strategy to just wind the fourth quarter down.
What a fake and what a finish. Ellie Stevens.
That was awesome. That was one heck of a brave possession. They just rebounded the heck out of it and then finished with a beautiful move.
Karchner too high, turnover. Look, a couple threes dropped for APA. North Summit says this is not going to change anything that we're doing, and I really like this.
They outworked them so many pieces of that forever possession.
Good coaching,
yep.
Well-responding players.
Absolutely.
West right side, goes Stevens. Outside, skip pass, bounce low, Stevens. Turns, draws a crowd. Regathers, sends top, Murdoch in the paint, stripped. Taken away Archuleta, long outback Karchner. Karchner, coast to coast, will lay it up and in for 2.
And Baldwin's quick touch pass kept Karchner on traffic. She didn't have to slow down.
Stevens saves it West. North Summit dumps into Murdoch. Murdoch power dribble, has position, bucket, and the harm.
And we haven't seen a lot of that today out of Murdoch. We talked about that she shot so many more shots than the rest of her teammates, and you can see with a move like that, in good cutting action, gets the catch, uses that pound dribble. Just good action by Murdoch right there, and just a tough time to get in position to stretch this back to double digits.
Back to 9, Murdoch can put it at 10, and she does. 41-31, 4:32 to go in the ball game. Baldwin hounded once again out front by Sargent. On the right side. Tacks off the dribble, ball fake to the 10, no, rebound inside to Stevens. Richens, coast to coast, perfect pass, no good for Murdoch, but she is fouled by Bluth, and that will be 2 free throws for Murdoch.
North Summit is excited, and what happens, they get Sargent kind of pinned right there, which sent Baldwin at the rim, but enough help came, and she was just enough off balance of the miss, but then that sends them in transition. North Summit, man, they move the ball well, and they get the ball. They all run up the floor, take the foul, get it done.
Murdoch connects on the first. Lead is back to 11 with 4:13 to go. So get one more. Goes in. 43-31, 4:13 to go in the ball game. Baldwin's got it. She looks to cross the timeline right side. Baldwin bumped, takes the 15-foot jumper. It's good. 43-33.
Watch how she'll set her feet and then take a step sideways, get that shot. Pretty look.
Deflects it out of bounds. Stays with the Braves here.
That's that scorer spot. Understanding she needed to score. She's got to get a couple backets. Oh, I like it.
My goodness, the Jason kid off the back. It does not work though.
Caught Baldwin almost asleep, but she rolled around and
got it back up. What a pass. Stevens, Karchner, better block inside by Murdoch.
Well, look how many Braves jerseys came down underneath. Karchner's been running well. She's been running well, but she's all by herself. There were 3 Brave jerseys right there if she had to hesitate.
Deflection from Murdoch ends up in the hands of Moctezuma. The drive, the left-hand finish from Moctezuma, back to an 8-point game.
And Karchner gives her a little seal. Now they're going to put a little full court pressure on. Moctezuma says, get up here and press with me. but they are way heavy on that.
Sargent,
on the front end.
well long on the three, and that's the design, right? Speed you up a little bit.
It worked
long
out
outlet.
that time.
Archuleta gives Karchner. Pumps with it. Puts it on the floor. Straight away. Right side with it. Bluth. Pump fakes. The drive. The dish inside Karchner's length. Recovers. Can't finish. Gets another chance. Lowers the shoulder. Sends it back out. Moctezuma. 3. Baldwin. Buckets. We got a 5-point game with 3 minutes to go. Let's keep it here, Dustin, and talk a little bit about this 2-possession ball game.
Well, you've got to stay close. Sargent's been close to her all game that time, and this is what happened last night to Duchesne as they backed off. And last night was an NBA 3 that Baldwin hit, but this time she's just a college 3 mark, but she had space. And if you give her space, she's going to let it fly. And then you see Coach Baldwin, he likes to call those timeouts off of made baskets. That's something that he does, and his girls know it. Gives them that break here with 3 minutes left to go as he's got some timeouts. I think that's just his second. It might be his third, but I think that's just his second use. So he's got 3 more. So 3 minutes left to go. You're in good shape to give your girls a rest. Now, they put pressure on last time, and that's what we talked about out of this. You could put the full court pressure on. They've got a 2-2-1. But last time it brought 3 to the ball. If you're pressing, you bring 3 to the ball. Generally a team that's as well coached as North Summit, they're going to get a layup on you, so they're going to need to stay more disciplined in their breaks of the press. And watch Richens, because when you got a point guard like Richens, give her the ball and let her go through it.
Right side, Richens, baseball pass, Smith, gives middle, Murdoch, fouled from behind. That'll just be the 3rd team foul.
And you saw what I talked about, that it plays, that 2-2-1 of APA's plays very, very high. But they do not have good breaks. North Summit makes them pay.
Richens baseline. Keep in mind, North Summit not committed a foul here in the 4th. Richens getting close to those 5 seconds. Stevens, right wing 3, strong. Karchner rebounds.
And that's what you want. And I say it worked out for North Summit, and they made them pay. Well, they got a foul, but they didn't get points.
Karchner, buckets, 1 possession game. Timeout to Draper APA. With 2:40 to go. Full timeout.
Okay, so he's quick on that trigger. That generally you get those, but it's worked for him. Last time they come out in their 2-2-1 and they get a foul down underneath, but they force a 3 out of North Summit, really an early 3. So Coach, he can talk about that and say, hey, our shot selection girls, we got to make sure to take care of it. But on the other end, they've got Karchner and Baldwin with space. They haven't been able to do that all game long, and they've been able to knock down. That's the shooting, like I kept hounding, get your scorers touches. And they finally are getting enough space, and they're able to knock those down.
When we look at Brad's final stats, 3-point shooting is the singular reason Draper APA is in this game.
They finally have been able to get enough space to be able to get those to drop in. And we knew Karchner had it in her, but she had to find some sort of space and rhythm. It finally happened. A lot of that comes from that confidence. And I would say it looks like Coach Baldwin uses those timeouts so much that might be a way that they kind of build on it. Now, they are changing their press, it looks like, and they set 2 back. Oh, that was a bad mistake.
The buzzer happens, we play on. Ball goes left side, 5 to get it across for West. Does so to Richens. She's bumped and fouled by Archuleta, so that is the last foul to give for Draper APA.
So they adjusted and went to a 2-on-2, and North Summit taking a lot more time coming down the floor. I like the adjustment coming out of the timeout with that press. Protected the basket a lot better. They're going to go man now.
Richens, Stevens pumps, bounces back into Richens. She'll turn, push shot, strong. Stevens, offensive rebound. Murdoch will send back high to Richens. 2:20 to go.
Stevens is such a key force for North Summit with her rebounding. Man defense. Oh, nice.
A great backdoor move. She misses but is fouled. And Karchner picks up, I believe that is number 4.
Love that. She Stevens set her up really well. Lifted up. Karchner way too high. Oh, no.
It is 5.
That is brutal. That
wow.
may put them in it's not may. It puts them in a terrible spot.
Hit the big 3-point shot to cut this to 2. And I thought she only had 3, so.
Well, and I don't know where that 4th one snuck in on us. Because it came differently, so.
First one drops for Stevens. Long 1-possession game now, 44-41, 2:11 left.
And that's big for North Summit. Get Karchner out of the game. So that back cut right there, she lifted her, came back, and that got Karchner out of position. And that's when she came swatting again at the ball. I think probably all 4 or 5 of her fouls came from swatting at the ball like that.
Baldwin short on a deep three. Fight for the board. Moctezuma's got it. The high runner, no. Bluth fighting for it. Richens saves it. The hustle of Richens.
Yeah, and then just good hands by Stevens to come get it. When you're saving under the basket, it has to be to your teammate like that.
Murdoch with the basket, Richens with it. High draws a double. Picks up the dribble, needs some help, gives to Sargent. A timeout here from Coach Holmes. I like that timeout a lot.
Well, he's got to let his girls know they're coming up and they're putting 2 on the ball, but they're not doing it with a pattern that they're expecting. They're doing it to where they're just flooding the ball, which means there's going to be a layup easy, especially with how well they move the ball.
Minute 37 left here, Dustin. 2-possession game. What are you liking here from both sides?
If I'm North Summit, I take this pressure and I make them pay with a layup only. I am not shooting anything else. Going to go layup only. We're going 2 free throws. If I'm APA, I've got to structure out just a little bit cleaner and make sure the basket's protected, like the 2-1-2 change that he made full court. Similar thing now in half court. How are you going to protect the basket, not give that layup, but put enough ball pressure on and use the shot clock. The shot clock's in your favor. Don't foul. Make them use it down, take a bad shot, and then you have to one and done, and then come down. Because in 2 possessions, the shot clock's in your favor here.
It's Murdoch sending in, gives left side Richens. Bumped and fouled out front by Bluth. So it'll be 2 shots here for Heartland.
Could you see if that was on purpose? I had a block.
They say that's on Baldwin.
That's what I thought I saw.
4.
Yeah. Okay, coach is saying why, so I'm going to say that he didn't plan on her fouling, but she did choose to foul, I'm pretty sure, and put her to the line, which with the shot clock you don't have to, but
missed the first.
And they've been about 50% the half, it seems like, and so that one paid off, but now you've got to make sure Stevens doesn't get an offensive rebound here.
Knocks it down, 46-41, minute 34 to go. Baldwin playing with the 4 fouls. Possession here hounded by Sargent. Crosses over, gets in the lane, sends it back high. Moctezuma, she'll get to the 10, puts up the shot, no. Stevens stays vertical, rebound Murdoch, rips it away, gets to Richens, out front. Richens tiptoes that sideline, bumped, fouled. Moctezuma's evening is done.
And she just overpressed up there on the sideline. It's a 2-possession game. You don't need to foul. All you have to do is just put good pressure on.
So it'll be 2 free throws now for Richens. With a minute 16 left in the ball game. Connects, 47-41.
You got to love North Summit, able to execute, draw the fouls they need, and then they're making enough free throws right now to stretch this out.
Hit 3 of her last 4 has Richens. 7-point game, 48-41, minute 15 to go. Archuleta with the basketball, looks to attack off the dribble, gets in the lane, takes the bump. Count the bucket. That's a massive make for Candice Archuleta.
Well, and that's where you like what she did right there is the defense wasn't all in to help, wasn't in position, so she gets to the rim. They're expecting Lala to take it and make something and throw it up. Archuleta heads up, took her guy, went and scored on her, got to the line, has opportunity to get this baby down just to that short 2 possession.
Misses the free throw, great board inside. Gets it back to Richens. Richens splits that. Gets it low. Stevens looked ahead, tries to save it. Loose ball, ends up back in the hands of Baldwin.
Man, we haven't seen that out of North Summit. The pressure right there. Stevens usually blocks. Oh, my.
Jimmer Fredette, no. Rebound inside. Ajok, no. Stevens has got it into the hands of Richens on the right side.
That was almost from the spike line on a long floor.
My goodness. Bumping a foul on Archuleta. 2 more for Richens.
Well, I mean, 3 got them in, 3's getting them out.
Well, the old Chuckster says it best. You live by the 3, you gonna die by the 3. And that's now free throws for Richens. I was stunned on that pull-up. I said Jimmer Fredette because those were the flashes I had.
Well, he made them.
Yeah, true.
A little different there.
True. 1 more here for Richens. 2 for 2. She has stepped up big at the line here in the last minute and a half.
To a long 3-possession game.
Archuleta, 3, right wing. High arcer way off the back window. Rebound. Stevens, she is fouled. And the Braves smelling another trip back to the state title game.
And they got themselves rebalanced. Great catch by Stevens. Rebound, rip, protect the ball. And that's what we saw. There for a minute, we saw them got a little bit rattled. Things got close. We got into a one-possession game. But then they just locked back down, took care of it, and shut it off.
Stevens, no good on the first. She'll get one more with 27 ticks remaining.
A 7-point game, 27 seconds left to go. You've got to have 3 possessions. So there's no reason just to throw it at the hoop. You can get to the rim. Coach, he's going to have a talk about that.
I think that's the right move. You just want to make sure your mindset's right for these last 27 seconds. You likely have the game in.
Yeah.
Good reminders for these players.
Just get ready for tomorrow. You're going to the championship game, so let's make sure that we don't have that rattle that took place a little earlier. Let's just clean up a few things, put a little polish on it here in game situation, make sure that you have that under control. And then on this side, discuss how you want to finish this out. You've got to be up on, don't let them get anything easy, but don't go fouling them. Make sure you hold them to 1, get a rebound, and if they're going to keep fouling, which they probably will, go make some free throws. The free throw line hasn't been good to them. It's been okay to them, but it hasn't been good.
Richens has been better in this fourth quarter. I think she's hit 5 of her last 6, but aside from that, it hasn't been too fantastic for North Summit, as it will be baseline out of bounds here. See how much of this is what you like to call token pressure here by the Braves.
Yep.
You got a double team on Baldwin.
Oh, they did it again.
Clock goes off again. Ball goes right side. Stevens the runner. It's short.
So that was not token pressure. They ran her and she got a good look.
Richens bumped and fouled. And it will be 2 free throws here with 17 seconds remaining. Good. Richens is just, the catalyst, right? Such great leadership. The running of the floor, just phenomenal.
Well. She gets herself into good positions defensively, does a lot of really good things.
Connects on the first of 2. 52-43, 17 on the clock, and the Braves most likely heading back to the state championship. 2 for 2.
Yeah, if you got a 10-point game, it's 5 possessions, 17 seconds, doesn't work out well.
Archuleta right side with it, crosses over, gets in the lane again, the runner, foul, 2 shots.
So we talked about what the timeout could be used for. Well, they put on a double guard here and ran them at the basket. They also came down, Archuleta drove, and they fouled. So the polish is not polish. It's a little bit rough if you're North Summit. You're saying, hey, let's not make these mistakes and stretch this thing out. Now, it is a 10.9 seconds, so they technically have to get across half court, but only with 9/10 of a second left. So North Summit can get the ball into Richens, allow her to work her way up the floor, and finish this game out.
1 for 2 for Archuleta. For some reason, Draper APA is going to take a timeout. We'll take a quick break here on TeamHive.live and KSLSports.com.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people, and many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years, and there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
This is Nate Christensen at Zions Bank. We're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. And with a branch right around the corner, we're here for you wherever you are. For all your personal and business banking needs, come visit us and let us show you how Zions Bank is for you.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
Live high school sports action on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
10.9 to go. North Summit will send in with some pressure here. The bump gets it back to West. Richens just gets it ahead to Sargent, and that will be all she wrote. The North Summit Braves back in the state title game with a 53-44 win over Draper APA, who will play on the third, fourth place game tomorrow night on this floor.
North Summit doing a good job of finishing that one out. It came in, it looked like we had a heck of a ball game coming. Then they just executed every possession down the way and shut it off.
And that's the sign, right, of a number one seed, a veteran team, a team that's only lost one game all year long, a coach that has just done this for so long at such a high level. Habit doesn't graduate, and that's certainly the case with these Braves.
Yep, did an excellent job. Worked themselves through the game, got a little bit funky for a minute, and then they cleaned it up.
Coming up next, it's South Sevier and Kanab. We'll take a quick break just to get Brad to get those stats printed out and be back with our postgame show next here on TMIve.live and KSLSports.com.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking's #1 investment has been dependable truck drivers like you. That's why they provide their drivers with an opportunity to earn up to $75,000 a year driving state-of-the-art equipment. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers in Utah, San Pete, Sevier, Juab, Millard, Beaver, Iron, Carbon, and Emery counties. Barney Trucking offers a competitive wage, solid benefits, home daily schedules, and an excellent safety record. Apply today at barneyjobs.com. barneyjobs.com.
State Bank of Southern Utah is not just another bank. We are your neighbors, your friends, and your local financial partners, interested in building long-term relationships.
When you choose State Bank, you invest in our community. Your money stays here and is reinvested in friends and family, building Southern Utah.
Each one of our 17 branches is staffed and ready to serve you.
Come and experience the difference of true community banking at State Bank of Southern Utah.
Live high school sports action on Centracom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back on in. Post-game show here is North Summit punches their ticket back to the state championship. Last 1-1 on this floor back in 2021, Dustin. They're hoping to repeat that. It was a Richens at point guard for that team. It's a pretty darn good Richens at point guard for this team as well. So interested to see how this is going to turn out. First, they got to wait and see who they're playing. But they did win tonight, played phenomenal basketball, stayed composed even with a run made by Draper APA. What do Brad James's numbers tell us here?
They rebounded, and then they rebounded, and then they rebounded some more. They had 12 offensive rebounds in the second half compared to just a couple there from APA, just 3. So they had 3. So 3 to 12 in that half. Overall in the whole game, offensive rebounds 17 to 4. 17 to 4. And like I said, they rebounded over the whole game in whole, 44 to 17. That just doesn't happen too often.
No.
They out rebounded. And to have that, I mean, if you're APA, shoot, if you didn't rebound at all and you had a chance at a one possession game, I guess you take it because, man, North Summit rebounded the ball on them. Didn't turn the ball over too bad until the end of the stretch there. That second half got a little bit ugly. They ended up with 18, APA with 23, but shooting percentage, 31% from the field goal for North Summit. They did get, or this is Draper APA, sorry. Draper APA, that three-point line brought them back. They were 6 for 14 in the second half and at 42%, and that's, you said it, the three-point line was bringing them back, and it sure did. North Summit never got it going. 6%. They got 12% in the second half, but all those offensive rebounds, they got them off of that, and that got them all those extra opportunities where they were able to get so many extra shots, and that really helped them out down the stretch there.
Yeah, without question.
Free throw line was better than I saw it. Ended up being 76% in the second half. We said it was better, but it was solid. It was 74%. I mean, you can't ask for much else.
North Summit just proved again why they were the #1 seed. Just phenomenal team. Draper APA giving them their best shot, and they gave a better shot at the end of the day. Find themselves playing in the state championship. Before we wrap this up,
I like the execution pieces. That back cut that they made was in rhythm that fouled Karchner out. That's basketball knowledge. They didn't make anything overall special, but they lifted up a player in foul trouble, got her out of position, had either a lip or foul, one or the other. And that's when you can do that kind of execution in the fourth quarter, that's when you're able to take a 2-point game and win in double digits.
Yeah. Real quick, your thoughts on this matchup here, South Sevier and Kanab.
Can't wait to watch it. You know, they split, both won on each other's floors. Two really, really fun teams, and it's going to be a fun semifinal ball game.
Without question. Robert Lovell will have that one for you next, folks. For Dustin Shakespeare, I'm Tanner Wilkinson. Great to be with you, buddy. Always a pleasure. Talk about the non-negotiables, as it were. That might be my favorite term in life right now, regardless of basketball, and that was taught to me by my good friend here to the right. Big thanks to Adam Coombs and our entire Team Hive production team getting things done. Joe Williams, Kyler the Temp Jensen, Barrett Hilton, Alex Doss has been here with us today, along with Colton Lovell doing some phenomenal across the board. The A-team down here at the Sevier Valley Center. Kanab and South Sevier coming up next right here on TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports will join with our friends in Radioland after this.
You've been listening to exciting high school basketball action on South Central Utah sports leaders, Mid-Utah Radio and Centricom Channel 10. This sports broadcast has been brought to you by sports-minded sponsors throughout South Central Utah. Join us next time for more exciting high school basketball action on Centricom Channel 10 and Mid-Utah Radio.